Let them speak. Review. Patterns 1 to 32. Please repeat or answer. Have you ever seen an insect like this? The reason I like this photo is because my daughter's favorite color is purple. Did anyone tell you this insect is called a dragonfly? Doesn't it seem to have a lot of legs to hold onto the flower? Do the hooks it has on its legs help it to hold onto the flower? Is that where it gets the food it needs to eat? Do you have the flower you see in the picture in your house? If you saw it in the store, would you buy it for your house? It must be hard to find, since I hardly ever see it. How long will the dragonfly hang onto this plant? Is the dragonfly the same color as the flower? Does it move its wings while it's holding on to the plant? Don't the wings that the dragonfly have look really delicate? Would it be able to fly all right, even if it was really windy? Would birds eat an insect like this if they could catch it? As a kid, did you ever try to catch a dragonfly like this? next time you see a dragonfly like this, would you try to take a picture? Is there any place in your yard that you might be able to see one? Do insects need plants in order to survive? Who all takes care of the flowers in the place that you live? If you had a good friend that was sick, would you give them a flower like this? Do you have something to put it in so that you could bring it to them? Who is it that you would like to get a flower from? Is this a job you're thinking about getting? Can you buy power tools like the one she has in her hands at a hardware store? Does the power tool she's holding look like a regular power drill? Does she need the lights that she has on her helmet? Is that what helps her to see what she is doing? How can you tell what country she comes from? Does it seem like she will have a lot to do while she's out in space? Have you got any idea what it is that she has to put together or fix? Would it be easier to do if she wasn't in space? If she didn't manage to complete it, what would they probably have to do? Is there anyone near her that would be able to help her? Has she got to stay outside the space station until she finishes fixing it? Wouldn't you be thrilled if you had the chance to be there? Do they have sun panels so that they can produce energy for the space station? Is that the only way that they can produce energy? If she got a hole in her spacesuit, would she be in a lot of trouble? Would she have any way to fix it while she was out in space? Is the oxygen she needs to breathe in tanks that she has on her back? Where is the cord that keeps her attached to the space station? Isn't that something she needs to have in order to go out into space? Is this something you're used to doing? How is it that the snowmobile came off of the ground? Wouldn't you be scared if that happened to you while snowmobiling? Are snowmobiles like this almost as fast as a car? Do you like the colors they used to paint the snowmobile? Did you ever ask your parents to get one for you? Is what she's doing dangerous? Should she be going a lot slower? She must be racing. Wouldn't you rather go slower instead of going this fast? Are you able to see the other person she is racing? Is she almost falling off the snowmobile she's driving? If she fell off, would she get hurt really bad? Are the clothes she's wearing what you would wear if you did this? Where else do you wear clothes like this? Does it look like she is standing up or sitting down on the snowmobile? During the winter where you live, are people interested in doing this? There is no point using these in the summer. Would you leave this in the garage if there weren't any snow? Where else would it be all right to leave it? Are the logs that are on the sled bigger than you thought? Could you have helped them to do this had you been there? How all did they manage to stack this so high? Do they have 3 chains that hold the logs on the sled? If the chains broke, would somebody get hurt? Do you have any idea how they put the logs on top of each other? Doesn't it seem that it is too heavy to lift that high? They must have stacked it at another place that is near here. Did the log on the ground fall off of the sled that the horses are pulling? Who is it that's going to handle the horses while they're moving? Doesn't it seem like they need to have more horses to do this? Would it be easy for the man controlling the horses to fall off if they hit a bump? Do you wish you could have been here so that you could have seen this? Where is it that they cut the logs that are on the sled? Do they move the logs with the tools they have in their hands? Where is it that they cut the logs that are on the sled? Doesn't it look like they cut it with a saw? Are there a lot of other big trees in the place they are standing now? Don't you feel sorry for the horses that have got to pull the sled? How else could they have done this? If there wasn't any snow on the ground, would the horses have been able to pull the sled? The horses that are pulling the sled must have been really strong. How long would it have taken to load this sled? Does it appear that they have been having fun? They couldn't help but smile after catching these salmon. They must have been thrilled when they caught these. Do they plan on holding the fish up until someone takes the picture? Are the fish they're holding almost as big as them? Where is it that you would have to go to catch salmon as big as this? Wouldn't you be excited to catch something like this? How long would it take one person to eat a fish like that? How long has it been since you last caught a fish? Instead of catching fish to eat, do you just end up going to the store to get one to eat? Is the guy standing on the right holding the biggest fish? Do you own anything that can help you to catch that big of a fish? Is what they use to catch that fish something you might have at home? How can you tell these two guys have been standing in the river? Have you ever been to any place where you can catch this type of fish? Will you ask them where it was that they would get this fish? What do you wish you could ask these guys? Would you ask them where they were fishing when they caught it? What else did they get a chance to get? Did you ever taste the fish they have? Will the fish they have be fresh by the time they bring it home? Have you ever seen what he does during a game? Does it look like he is ready to shoot the ball? Is the umpire standing behind him just looking at Jordan? Is he able to beat anyone he plays with? Was there a good chance the team would win as long as he was on the court? Do you wish you could have played against him? What other sport did he try to compete in? Do you know what city he played basketball in? How many years did he get to play basketball in the NBA? How long has it been since he retired? He must have been really sad at the time he decided to retire. Did he make a lot of money off of the clothes and the shoes he helped to promote? Do you know of anywhere that sells his products now? Do most people say he was the best basketball player that ever played? Did most people have difficulty getting tickets to see him play? If someone had asked you to go see a game Jordan was in, wouldn't you have gone? Could anyone really stop him when he was having a good game? How is it that he managed to play so well for so many years? Who else is as good as Michael Jordan these days? Who is it that was better than Michael Jordan from the country you grew up in? What is it that he is doing now? What is it that he is doing now? Isn't he here to rescue somebody? Is it something that is dangerous to do? He might be trying to help rescue someone now. Do you see anyone he is supposed to be rescuing? Will he keep doing this until he rescues all of the people that need to be rescued? Wouldn't you feel scared if you had to be pulled out of the water like this? If the person who is in the water is in really rough seas, would they still be able to rescue them? Doesn't it seem like he's close to the helicopter now? Doesn't it appear that the blades of the helicopter have stopped moving? Doesn't he have to hold on tight so that he doesn't fall back into the water? Is this something that you would like to learn to do? The guy that is in the picture must have had a lot of training. How can you tell that the guy coming back up to the helicopter has already been in the water? Does he have a flashlight attached to the goggles he's wearing? Would he use that if it got darker? How is it that he communicates with the people that are in the helicopter? Did he write his name on the flippers he has on his feet? What did he do that for? What helps him to keep breathing as soon as he gets into the water? Where else do they use helicopters to rescue people? Is this a sport you enjoy watching? Who all that you know enjoys watching wrestling? Isn't this something that is hilarious to watch? I can't help laughing whenever I see this on TV. Do the people watching the wrestling match scream while they're wrestling? Do you wish you could have been there while they were wrestling? Do the people there believe what they are seeing is real? The next time these guys come into town, do you plan on going to see them? Is this something that you would be able to do? Is there any way that you could beat any of these guys? Wouldn't you look ridiculous if you wore the outfits they're wearing? Do you have the long hair they have? How long would it take to learn to do this well? Do you have to be big and strong so that you can do this? Is it hard to tell if they are faking it while they are wrestling? Is the way they're wrestling something you would see in college sports? What did the wrestler standing in the back paint his face for? Doesn't it make him look wilder? If you had to wrestle one of these guys in the picture, which one would you choose? Which one of the guys here appears to be about to go crazy? Is the guy with his back to you telling the other person to stop? You must recognize where this is. What part of the world did they take this picture of? Is it someplace that you live? How is it that they took this picture? Do they have to have a lot of special cameras in order to take these types of pictures? Where would you ask the operators of the satellite to take a picture? Why is it that you would ask them to take pictures of that? Does the picture taken from the satellite appear to show a lot of storms? Can you tell in what directions the storms are moving? Who is it that is most interested in seeing these pictures? Can you tell if it is the winter or summer on Earth? How long does it take to send this picture back to Earth? Are the oceans bigger than the land in the picture? Does there appear to be a lot of snow in the far north of the picture? Are you able to point out Cuba in the picture? What area appears to be the driest? If you were traveling on a cruise ship, where would it be the most dangerous because of the storms? Is China to the left or to the right of the picture? Do you ever use Google Earth on the computer to look at places you are interested in seeing? If you could live in any area you see in the photo, where would it be? Do you wish your whole family could move there with you? Should they have done this to him? He must have deserved it. Is it something he deserved? Is human rights something that should be very important to everyone? Did the leader in the picture do a lot of bad things to the people he ruled? Where is it that he used to rule? Should he have tried to help the people who lived in his country? Have a lot of people tried to escape from that country that he ruled? What would have happened to those people who tried to escape if they were caught? They say he put a lot of people in prison camps for things they did. Is that where he put everyone that questioned his rule? Do they say that there is really cruel treatment there? How is it that the people living in the camps are treated? Do they keep children there too? Do they have a lot of things to eat in the prison camps? Do they make all of the people work hard in the prison camps without giving them a lot of food? How come the stronger nations let this happen? Would it have been terrible to live in the country he ruled? After he died, do you know who it is that took his place? Is he worse than his father? Would it have been better if they had had free elections? Would it have been possible to do that? How long will it take this terrible situation to get better?